What's up, what's up, what's up? Once again, this is just Brew of the Brew Show, and I'm here with
Leroy
Hawkson. So, January is here, and we have a North London derby to look forward to. Today, I'm wearing my Spurs hat, not my Manchester United hat. Leroy is still wearing his Arsenal hat, unfortunately. And this is going to be the North London derby at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Arsenal won the last one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 1-0 corner kick routine as usual. Gabriel scoring one of his many goals this season for a centre back.
Yep. Heading it in from a cross.
A very good cross. I won't lie.
Who is not available, by the way?
Unfortunately. So, Leroy, heading into this NLD, how are you feeling?
I'm honestly, I have to admit, I'm just down. I'm just really down at this moment. If you don't know, we have lost 2 matches in a row.
At home?
Yes, at home. You didn't have to specify that, but whatever. Yes, to Newcastle and to Manchester United. But here's the thing, the Manchester United match was not really a loss. We didn't lose in 90 minutes. We lost in penalties.
That's worse. With 10 men. That's worse.
You don't have to point out the 10 men part. It wasn't important to the story. It wasn't important. Let's keep to the facts. We didn't lose in 90 minutes. Whether there were 10 men, 9 men, 11 men, we didn't lose in 90 minutes against Manchester United.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, the United match opened a lot of wounds for me. I have to admit. It just pointed out the fact that the Gunners need a striker. And right now, we really need a striker, especially knowing that Gabriel has torn his ACL. So this window, the Gunners need to make a signing, and it has to be a forward signing. They have no excuse. They have to sign a forward. But here's the thing: the forward market is has always been very difficult, as well as the goalkeeper market. Those markets are very difficult to get anybody. But unfortunately, it's a winter window, so prices are also going to go to the moon, as people would say. So clubs won't be also willing to let their star striker go. Because especially if they are in a title charge, fighting for Europe or fighting relegation, it's not the right time for them to sign a striker. I'm looking at sort of Cunha of Wolves. Seems like the most reasonable one that we could bring in. Or Mamouche. I've heard he's having problems with his club at Frankfurt.
He's probably going to City.
Yeah, I hear he's going to City, but maybe Arsenal could attempt him to join us, especially with City having such a poor season. Maybe the threat of not qualifying for Europe would sort of convince him to join the Gunners, because we need a striker. The striker is very important. And coming up against Tottenham, it's going to be very important, especially with Tottenham being hyper attack, which basically plays into Arsenal's game plan. Because Arsenal like teams to attack them, and will be able to sort of counter very nicely in that scenario. Unfortunately, we don't have a striker. We have Havertz. Havertz is, I have to admit, he's good, but he is not the number 9 we would want in the team. Honestly, you wouldn't want to have it as your number 9. I have to admit, listen, I love Havertz. He does a lot for the team. He creates a lot of space for our other attackers, and he does his fair share in terms of scoring goals. He almost even broke Thierry Henry's record of scoring in the Emirates, consecutively scoring in the Emirates, but Arteta didn't give him the last opportunity, so let's just leave it at that. But he's not a forward Arsenal need. They need a prolific striker. Let me say that, a prolific striker, someone who is going to have a 0.01 chance of scoring, but will score a goal. His XG will be 0.01, but that 0.01, he's scoring a goal. It's an exaggeration, but you get me. We need someone like that, someone who's going to exceed their XG. Yeah. Or should I be more specific? Their non-penalty XG.
How many are available? I mean, you mentioned earlier about teams fighting for a cause, so to speak, and Wolves are still not exactly safe. So Cunha almost feels like a non-starter.
Most likely a team wouldn't want to sell it unless it's ridiculous money. No way they are going to let him go. And that ridiculous money, I don't think Arsenal is ready to pay that kind of money for Cunha. Maybe for someone else, but not for Cunha. Yeah. And if Cunha is going to be that expensive, imagine, let's say, Gyökeres or Isaac or Sesko. It's going to be very, very impossible. Honestly speaking, we are in trouble. Yeah, we are definitely in trouble.
Now let's go to the lily white side of North London. So where you mentioned that you were knocked out of the FA Cup, they on paper survived.
Yeah, they struggled, but they survived.
They really struggled against the non-league side in Tamworth.
Yeah.
So with Spurs also not really getting a good run of form, I ask, who is the best or who is the better side heading into this North London?
Who is the better of two terrible forms? Well, honestly speaking, I think both sides are in very, very bad form. But Arsenal are just, something is going on, something wrong is going on. I feel like the club is, or the players, or whatever is going on, it seems like they are just down. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know what is. I just don't know what exactly it is. I don't know if Arteta, the players playing under Arteta, are sort of like bent out, or I don't know what exactly it is. It could be anything. It could be anything at all. But it just feels like the fight isn't there as it was like last season or last 2 seasons. The fight just doesn't seem to be there. But when it comes to Ange, I was trying to say his last name, but but
I'll try.
Yeah, he always seems to have a way to fire up his teams, and they really, really know how to attack very well. In fact, Ange is someone who is attack first, defense. He doesn't really care. He just wants you to attack and attack and attack and attack until you get that goal and you win the game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, whether Ange's chaotic attack versus Arsenal's patient build-up will win the day. I just right now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just like really frustrated. I don't know what to say, what to do. It's just an unfortunate team. Right, Arsenal looks like a very unfortunate team right now. I used to have confidence, but right now my confidence is kind of low, like really low, as to whether the club could actually survive. Because if you look at it, Arsenal, we are halfway out of the Carabao Cup. And we are out of the FA Cup. Whether we'll be able to bounce back in the Carabao Cup, we need 3 goals. We need 3 goals. 3 goals. 3 unanswered goals. I'm not saying...
Or 2 unanswered goals for extra time and penalty.
True. I'm not saying that Arsenal can't do it, but currently this Arsenal doesn't look like they are able to do it, especially without a real number 9. Gabriel Jesus is gone. Our star boy, in fact, I don't even know why we are still calling him star boy. Our main man is also gone. So Arsenal have a lot to do. We've lost a lot, and we just need something to revitalize the season. And bringing in a star striker would be probably the best way to go. People have pointed out Vlahovic of Juventus probably being an option, but I don't know. Arteta is someone who seems not to be interested in players who don't want to play for Arsenal. And Vlahovic in his, let's say, in Arsenal's first approach of him, really didn't seem like he was interested. And now that he's sort of, okay, well, no, I won't say he's struggling. He has picked up his form at Juventus. He initially was struggling. He is now like, I want to play for Arsenal. I don't know if Arteta would want a player like that in his side. Someone who probably will cause dissent. Just if there's a problem, he will cause dissent. I don't think Arteta is interested in that kind of player. But I won't be surprised if Arsenal go for him because look, Arsenal need a striker. Yeah, we need a striker. The fact of the matter is, we need a striker. Whoever it is, we need a striker. We need one. It's not a want, it's a need, a desperate need for a striker. We should have solved this in the summer.
You should have solved this 2 seasons ago.
I'm going to mention we should have solved this in the summer when our main target in Sesko said, "Now I'm going to stay one more season with Leipzig." It seemed like Arsenal had no backup plan. We had no backup plan because technically speaking, Sesko was also our backup plan because we wanted Isak, and Isak wanted to stay at Newcastle. So we had no backup to our backup plan, and we decided that, you know what, Havertz and Jesus, let's stick with them for one more season. We don't need a striker, and we went and bought we didn't even go and buy. We let go of Emile Smith-Rowe, we let go of Reece Nelson, and we let go of Fabio Vieira, and we brought in Sterling
on
loan. I'm talking about just attacking. We brought in only Sterling. You can say that, yeah, okay, we have Wanyeri, but I feel like no, that's not the real reason. You just let these three go, and you had a plan. The plan failed, so then you decided, because you wanted also Nico Williams, but Nico Williams wanted Barca, and when Barca didn't have the money to bring in Nico Williams. But he said, okay, he's going to stay at Athletic Bilbao until maybe next season and then go to Barca when they finally have the resources to bring him. You had a plan, the plan failed, and you didn't really have a backup. And Arteta is someone who, he does have backup plans, but he likes to get his first choice in things, in players. If he wanted Calafiori, he got Calafiori. He wants this, he wants that. If he wanted Raya, he didn't get Raya, so he went for Ramsdale. At the end of the day, he got his first option in Raya and got rid of Ramsdale. He likes his first option. When he wants a player, he wants a player. So right now, the team is kind of in a mess because you have to understand something about Arsenal. Arsenal too has a very weird ass approval process where it has to go from this person, he has to approve it, goes to the next person, has to approve it, goes to the next person, has to approve it. You get it? Arteta is also in that line of approval, so it takes time before finally Arsenal will agree on certain things.
January is definitely not the month for you people to do.
Honestly speaking, fact of the matter is Arsenal need a striker, and I do not see them getting the options available that I can look at and say, this is the person we are going for. None of them excite me, and some of them are just too expensive right now.
You know, when you're talking about players you got rid of, you forgot one key name.
Who did I forget?
Nketiah.
Oh yes, we also got rid of Nketiah. Yeah, but here's the thing: Balogun was like 2 seasons ago.
But that's the thing; you still not replaced. So, taking off your Arsenal hat.
Yeah.
Who needs the win more tomorrow?
Arsenal need the win more tomorrow.
Why?
Because they need to revitalize their fan base. They need to let their fans, give their fans something to let them know that, look, we are still going to fight for this title. We are still going to fight for trophies. You just need to be patient with us and we will get there. They need the win. They need to beat Tottenham. You have to be very honest. I have to be very honest. They need to beat Tottenham because the last week was horrible. So they need something to let their fans know that, look, we are still going for titles. You don't have to worry. The Premier League title, we are still fighting for it. The Carabao Cup, despite the 2-0 defeat, we are still going for it. Sure, the FA Cup is gone, but these two trophies and the Champions League, we are still fighting for them. And you have to believe us so come to the stadium, give us, because you have to admit the fan base is actually the 12th man. They are the 12th man, and if your fan base is against you, it's not going to work. So they need to revitalize that fan base, and beating Tottenham will definitely go a long, long way. In fact, I'll be very, very happy if Arsenal beats Tottenham. But looking at the two teams, Arsenal be the winner.
Last question. What should people expect from the game? I can tell you one.
What's that?
Lots of aggression.
Lots of aggression from Tottenham. Arsenal sitting back, waiting for Tottenham to fight, and then basically just countering, because Tottenham just love to attack. And when you're playing Arsenal, it's rather better for you to sit back, because Arsenal don't have a striker. They don't have a real focal point to sort of break the defense. So it's basically just sit back, relax, and when an opportunity will come, because the team will get frustrated, the team will lose focus and just attack. And that when you attack during that period, you're most likely to score. So I would say Tottenham need to sit back, but Tottenham is not going to sit back.
They don't know how.
They don't know how. Not that they don't know how. Their coach doesn't believe in sitting back and defending. He prefers his chaotic attack. I like to compare him to a Klopp, just that Klopp knows how to defend as well.
Okay, guys, let's see how tomorrow's North London derby pans out between the host Arsenal and the visitors who are not really moving that far, Tottenham Hotspur. Arsenal was second, Tottenham are 12th.
I can't remember, but I think
I think they're 12, 1 point ahead of Manchester United, who are a point ahead of West Ham. And these are at least the first two I mentioned, which are Tottenham and Man United, both need to leave the second half of the table and some way, somehow find a way of getting close to the European places. Otherwise, they are banking all their hopes on the Europa Conference League or Europa League. Sorry. And Charlie, that's too much to process right now. So, guys, let's hope for a fascinating game. Hopefully, a lot of goals. Both teams don't look like they're in the best run of form, so it might be a bit nervy, but all the same, I think it's going to be a fairly exciting game. So, this is just Brew of the Brew Show bringing this video to you with
Leroy Hawkson,
and we'll catch you same time next time.